see you again. It's me, Miss Blackburn, and I'm so excited to draw the letter P with you today. And you might have guessed, based on what I'm wearing, what animal we may be drawing today. But before we get to that, let's check out the great artwork that you sent me from yesterday. Yesterday, I see over here, we have Ethan's artwork. Well done. Another nice otter. Like the colors. Great job. Carter's and Valerie. I like those big, bold colors. Nice job. And we have another one here. Another one. Oh, it looks like there's some people on the mountain there. Bright rainbow zigzag back there. Very cool. And, oh, our pretty friend Coraline, very nice job. Looks like you have two different otters, and the one or both otters have crowns on. Very unique. Nice job. All right, let's move on over here. Before we draw our penguin, we want to learn a little bit about penguins. And over here on National Geographic Kids, always a great place for us to look for interesting facts. Here we see this is a whole group of penguins here together. There's some baby penguins down here. We are just talking about the emperor penguin today. I know my first grade friends, you've learned about all of the different types of penguins in your classes with your first grade teachers. But for today, we're just going to talk about the emperor penguin. So here are the emperor penguin adults, and here would be the babies. You can tell they're a bit different. The adults start to have that yellow plumage or feathers around them, whereas the babies, they are born fluffy and gray. Let's see what we can learn here. Emperor penguins spend their entire lives on Antarctic ice and in its waters. So they stay down on the continent of Antarctica and around the waters in that area. See, looks like this one's splashing out of the water. Emperor penguins can travel as far as 620 miles on one single trip out looking for food. Wow, that's really far. They go out to find food for themselves and for their babies. Here you see a mommy and a daddy penguin and their baby. Emperor penguins regurgitate their food to feed their chicks. You might have learned about that in class. I know my first graders may have. But regurgitate means that the mom or dad, the adult penguin, would eat the food first and chew it up so that it is soft and it's very tiny, smooth pieces for the baby penguin. It seems a little bit gross, but that's what they have to do to help their young. I'm sure when you were little, you didn't start off eating solid foods. You started eating baby food, which was very soft. So just like human babies, baby penguins also need soft food at first. One emperor penguin parent watches the baby while the other goes out fishing. So they are always left with a parent behind to watch. By December, when the Antarctic ice breaks up, the young chicks are ready to swim and fish on their own. Very cute little penguins. Here we have a map of Antarctica. Antarctica is the continent that's way at the bottom of our globe. It is at the way bottom. So if we were looking at the world, Antarctica would be way down here at the bottom. And that's where the emperor penguin lives. Now, like I said before, there's many different types of penguins. I do know there's an African penguin, so they live at the bottom of South Africa. But today we're just talking about the emperor penguin, and where it lives is in Antarctica. Now, I do want to bring up something. Sometimes you might see maybe on greeting cards or on cartoons, especially in the wintertime with commercials, you often see something like this. Polar bears and penguins playing together. Well, this wouldn't really happen in real life because, again, on our globe, we learned that the emperor penguin is down here at the bottom in Antarctica, whereas the polar bears, they would be up in the North Pole, way at the top. So they are up in the Arctic, while the penguins are down in the Antarctic. So they're a whole world apart. So in real life, we would not see polar bears and penguins playing together. Actually, in real life, a polar bear would probably want to eat a penguin. And just for the record, polar bears and penguins don't drink soda pop anyways. But that's a little fun fact for you. You would not see polar bears and penguins together. Maybe at the Pittsburgh Zoo you could. So I'm going to move this over here. We're going to get to drawing our penguins for the day. Let me flip over my tablet so we can draw together. We're going to start off just like we always do with our capital letter P. And to make our capital letter P, we are going to make a line that comes down just as if we were making a real letter P. We're going to come around, but we're going to stop. Don't go the whole way. We don't want to touch it. We're going to leave that space there because we need to make a line that comes down and then a line that goes over to make our letter P. Inside here, we're going to make a capital letter D, and that's a nice looking P. Now to make it into our block letter, we're going to extend out the corner, and we are going to connect them. Make sure that's touching. And then at the top, I'm going to continue the curve until it touches. And I think inside here, we're going to do one more curve to see the inside of the letter P. All right. Make mine a little bit more straighter there. More straight. There we go. Okay, so to make our penguin, let's start off first with our penguin's head. And we're going to start with a rainbow line for his head. And then I'm going to come in just a little bit and make another rainbow line. That's going to be for the top part of his beak. And then at the tip of that beak, I'm going to bring it in with a smile. And then I'm going to make a bottom part of his beak, a curve, and I'm going to keep that curve going until it touches. And there's his happy beak. Let's give him some eyes. I'm going to make mine happy eyes. I know the Pittsburgh Penguin, he has very serious eyes. He's concentrating on hockey. But I'm going to make this one happy eyes. You may make your eyes how you would make. Now the penguin's body itself is very curved, almost like a bowling pin. So we're going to continue from his head, and I'm going to come down and curve out. And then from his beak, going to go down and curve out. Do you see how it kind of looks like a bowling pin? It's curved. Inside, we need to give him his arms. So I'm going to make a letter V shape. That's going to be for this side. And then on this side, why don't we make him waving? Curve line up, curve line back. And that makes it look like he's waving at us. Now for the bottom, we need to give him some feet. So I'm going to continue this down just a little bit and make a little line down. And then I'm going to put an upside down V there right in the middle. And then I'm going to continue this down also. And what I want to do is I'm going to put some letter M's to make it look like the bottom of his feathers before his feet. Letter M's, zigzags, And now we can do his feet. I'm going to make 1 foot point this way and 1 foot point that way. So I'm going to start on the corner here, and I'm going to make a backwards letter J, and a little bump U, and then another J back in. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Going the other way. Backwards letter J, little bump U, letter J back in. And if you want to, you can give him little letter V, little toenails or claws. I'm going to add my lines back just a little bit more there. All right, now for the emperor penguin, we know that it did have some of that yellow. So I'm going to make a line underneath his beak that goes up and curves back around. I'm going to make this part connect, and I'm going to make it like his belly connect there too. So this part I can color in yellow, and the other parts I can color. I'm going to color not black, because then you won't be able to see my lines. I'm going to make it a very, very, very dark gray, because I still want to be able to see my lines. So let me add in those colors. I think their feet are actually dark too. Let's go back and look. I think their feet were dark. I don't know. Can't really see their feet there. Here we go. Yes, it looks like they have dark feet. So I'm going to make dark feet for them. And then I'm going to get, that yellow was like an orangish yellow almost. Just like Pittsburgh Penguin yellow, right? And let's go back. Their beaks look like they are dark on top and a little bit lighter on the bottom. But they do have that little bit of color to it. So I'm going to make a little bit of color. And then I'm going to do their beak colored in. Very cool. I'll make his feet those colors too, just to change it up a bit. All right, so we know they live in the Arctic, which doesn't give us a whole lot to be able to color with. But I think you could probably add many penguins, or you can add some icy glaciers in the background. And we know sometimes when we're looking at snow, snow can sometimes have a little bit of like a cool blue cast to it. So I'm just making kind of jagged glacier-like figures back here. But I'm going to use some light blue to go around all those areas, because it would be a little bit boring if it was just white, right? So we want to add some extra details to make our white look a bit more interesting. Just adding some of those angular ice along there. That makes it look a little bit more interesting, right? And of course we can do the sky. And, oh, I want to do my letter P. I'm going to do my P gold to match our Pittsburgh Penguins. You might be missing some hockey around this time as well, so you can be thinking about our Pittsburgh Penguins. All right, I think that looks like a pretty good penguin. Let's flip this back over here. Where's my camera? Ah, there we are. I hope you had fun drawing along with me today, boys and girls. I can't wait to see what your penguins end up looking like. Like I said, if you want to make yours into a Pittsburgh Penguin, you can add some hockey gloves and maybe a hockey stick, maybe some ice skates on those feet. I can't wait to see what creative items you come up with in your picture. Please share those with me, and keep in mind, tomorrow is letter Q day. Can you think of a letter Q animal? I think that's going to be one that I really have to think about. So give me great suggestions if you have any for a letter Q tomorrow. I hope you and your families are doing quite well, and I can't wait to see your drawings. Take care. Have a great afternoon. Bye.